Most people are taught one rule about money: work hard, get paid, pay your bills, and repeat. That is the normal path. You trade time for money. 1 hour of work becomes 1 hour of pay. 1 month of work becomes one paycheck. And if you stop working, the money stops too. But wealthy people often play a different game. They do not only work for money, they try to make money work for them. That sentence is repeated so often that it almost sounds like a cliché. But behind it is one of the biggest differences between the middle class and the wealthy. Most people earn active income. They work and then they get paid. The rich focus heavily on assets. An asset is something that can grow in value or produce income over time. Stocks, businesses, real estate, systems, intellectual property, private investments, equity. The middle class often buys things that lose value. The wealthy try to buy or build things that create value. That is the real difference. Not just income, ownership. A doctor can make a high income and still be financially trapped if every dollar depends on working more hours. A business owner may earn less at first, but if the business grows without them doing every task, they are building leverage. A worker gets paid once for their time. An owner can get paid repeatedly from a system. This is why the rich do not think only about salary. They think about control. Who owns the asset? Who controls the system? Who benefits if the value goes up? Who gets paid even when they are not physically present? Now, let's be clear. Passive income is often sold online in a fake way. You see ads saying, "Make money while you sleep," "Earn thousands without doing anything," "Quit your job in 30 days." Most of that is not real passive income. It is marketing. True passive income is rarely passive in the beginning. A rental property needs money, risk, maintenance, and management. A business needs years of work before it can run without the founder. A stock portfolio needs capital and patience. A YouTube channel needs content, systems, audience, and consistency before it earns while you sleep. A book, course, app, or digital product may create income later, but it takes real effort to build. So the truth is this: passive income is not money for doing nothing. It is money from work you already did, risk you already took, or assets you already own. That is a very different idea. The wealthy understand this. They build or buy assets first. Then those assets create cash flow, appreciation, or both. And over time, the income becomes less dependent on their daily labor. This creates freedom, not because they never work. Many rich people work a lot, but they are not only selling hours, they are building machines. The goal is to build something that can keep producing value even when you are not pushing every button yourself. That is why ownership matters so much. If you work at a company, you may get paid a salary, but if the company grows 10 times bigger, who benefits the most? The owners. If a stock goes up, who benefits? The shareholders. If a property rises in value, who benefits? The property owner. If a brand becomes powerful, who benefits? The person or company that owns it. This is why the rich care about equity. Equity means ownership, and ownership is how wealth compounds. But most people are never taught this. They are taught to get a job. They are taught to be reliable. They are taught to work hard. They are taught to save a little. Those things are not wrong, but they are incomplete, because work can pay your bills, but ownership can change your future. Now, this does not mean everyone should quit their job and start a business tomorrow. That is dangerous advice. A job can be valuable. A stable income can help you build the first layer of financial security. The mistake is not having a job. The mistake is depending only on a job forever. A job should not be your entire financial plan. It should be the engine that helps you buy time, skills, and assets. At first, nothing looks dramatic, but after time, something changes. Their money begins producing more money. Their skills create higher income. Their assets begin to grow. Their dependence on one paycheck becomes smaller. That is the real path. Not overnight riches, not fake passive income, not get rich quick, but a slow shift from labor to ownership. And this is where the rich have an advantage. They understand compounding. Compounding means growth builds on growth. A small investment grows, then the growth also grows. A business gains customers, then those customers bring more customers. A brand earns trust, then trust makes future sales easier. A skill creates income, Then income buys assets. Then assets create more income. This is the cycle wealthy people try to create. The poor and middle class often live in a different cycle. Income comes in, bills go out, debt increases, stress rises, more work is needed, and the cycle repeats. The wealthy try to break that cycle by using income to buy freedom. That is the real message. Money is not only for spending. Money is a tool. It can buy comfort. It can buy status. It can buy entertainment. But if used wisely, it can also buy future time. And future time is the deepest form of wealth, because the goal is not just to have more money. The goal is to have more control over your life. So when people say, the rich don't work for money, it does not mean they are lazy. It means they are playing a different game. They work to build assets. They work to own systems. They work to create leverage. They work so that one day their money, business, investments, or ideas can continue working without every dollar depending on their physical time. That is the truth about passive income. It is not magic. It is not easy. And it is not instant. It is the result of ownership, patience, risk, and discipline. The poor ask, how much will I get paid? The wealthy ask, what can I own? And that one question can change everything, because a paycheck can help you survive. But ownership is what can help you become free. If this video helped you see finance a little differently, subscribe to the channel for more clear and honest money breakdowns. Thanks for watching.